What is going on, everyone? It's Ultimate Spy 53 here, and welcome to another video. So I don't usually do vlogs on the channel. I do occasionally, just not the main part of my channel. I like to do them when I feel it's necessary to talk to you guys about things that are going on in my life with YouTube and in general, like why I don't be able to do videos on certain days, like this weekend. And the reason why I was able to get a episode of podcast Madhouse out, or for that matter, the coaster series I do, was basically because I was at a convention called Anglicon. Now, if you aren't familiar with what Anglicon is, it's basically this Doctor Who convention located in Seattle. It's like the SeaTac part of Seattle. It's like I don't know. It's like I wouldn't really even consider it Seattle. It's like it's weird. It's like outside of Seattle, but not. I don't even know exactly how it works, but it's this convention. It's Doctor Who related and other British shows, but mainly Doctor Who. The whole basically the idea of it is it's Doctor Who, and so I didn't realize that I was going to go to it. I was hoping to go to it, but I didn't realize it until like the morning of Friday, and I couldn't even have recorded my podcast episode in advance. I wouldn't be able to do that because it's like, oh no, I'm not gonna be able to get home in time. So when I usually record it, I put out the next day because editing time takes a long time, and so I just realized I wouldn't have enough time. So I had to cancel the episode for this week because, or this week, but by last week on Saturday because I was at Anglicon. I had no way to record it at all, and I didn't know what to do, so I couldn't record it because I was at a convention and I didn't know it was gonna be like that. So basically, that was what happened, and of course, I usually do a coaster video on Sundays if I have an idea. Usually I do because there's always someone posting a idea about what I should make. Unfortunately, I'm unable to make a coaster video record one at all because not only was I tired on Sunday night, but also I just didn't have the time at all. Like at all. I was exhausted and I just didn't have time at all because I was at a convention all day, quite literally all day. Not like all day, but most of the day, yes, I was at a convention, and it kind of prevented me from making most of the videos that I usually make. I mean, I was able to make some videos in the evening, like pre-record them, but it really wasn't all that. I couldn't do much, so that's the reason. I mean, I was unable to do a coach video or an episode of the Madhouse, which is the podcast that I do with my friends, and so I missed out on that. That'll be next week because I didn't expect this. It was like literally the morning of the convention. And I'm like, oh my god, I'm going to a convention. I should have pre-recorded it. I couldn't control that because I literally didn't even know what was going to happen. So, but basically, Anglicon as a convention, it's very small. It's just this hotel, and it's very small, very small. It's one of the smallest conventions I've been to. It's still biggish. It still has that that craziness to it, but it is not even nearly as big. I think maybe it has like 300 people, if that. It's very small, so it's really not even something to worry about. Like especially for anxiety people who have anxiety issues, it's not big. Unlike the Washington State Convention Center or the California State Convention Center or whatever you call it, that do Comic Con in California and PAX Cinemas, the Comic Con in Washington, Seattle. And so basically, the really cool thing about the convention itself was that I got to build a TARDIS. Essentially, I got to help make a TARDIS, like an actual prop TARDIS box, which I found really cool. That was a really cool thing about the experience was actually going there and helping build two TARDISes. Actually, I was able to help with the making of a TARDIS exterior box, wooden, and get the other like the top part on, and it was really fun, and I had a lot of fun, and it was also really cool about this event because they managed to get both Sylvester McCoy, who played the Seventh Doctor in Doctor Who, and Peter Davison, who played the Fifth Doctor in Doctor Who, which I found really cool. That was a really amazing part about it. And I got to meet them, and I got to talk to them about their time in Doctor Who, even though actually I've never technically seen their era yet. I've seen bits and pieces, but not a whole lot. And I simply got to ask them a question at their panel. There was a two panels. There was one of the two of them which I went to. One of them was about Sylvester McCoy and his time on the show, and then I got to ask my question, and then I also went to the panel with both doctors, with both Peter Davison and Sylvester McCoy about their time at Doctor, of course, and it was honestly a really interesting conversation to hear from them. So what their how they the fact that they can remember, you know, years and years ago, 30 plus years of television, it's pretty incredible. And just here, I mean, of course, I love their accents. They're very British. Well, at least Peter is not Sylvester. He's Scottish. And he kind of has a mix of accent. But it was really great because I got to experience that, and I've never actually experienced that before. And it was, the auditorium itself was fairly big, but it was not. He wasn't huge, but yeah. And then the really cool thing about the whole thing was that I got to, well, obviously there was cosplay. There was really cool cosplay. There was Daleks, actual Daleks. People had brought Daleks to the convention and they were actually working. I guess actually I got to speak Dalek. I got to try out. I think it was. I said you are the Doctor. You will be exterminated by. Of course, in the British version, it's a different. But they actually had a real Dalek, and I got to see what's inside one, how it makes, and just seeing how a Dalek is made and seeing a life-size Dalek, it was really great. Actually, I do pictures, so if you want to see some of the pictures that I have, it's on Instagram. So, and also they had several panels there too. Basically, I missed a little bit of it, at the little bit of the beginning, but it was basically the worst Doctor Who stories ever, and a little bit of the best ones. It's mainly a classic era, so if you have not ever watched classic Doctor Who, now's the time to do it. Now, you can't watch all of them because most of them are gone. Because in the 60s, they basically trashed them. They basically threw out the old tapes. People didn't know that they're not even necessary. We won't need them. Yeah, they're kind of important. Like that's a whole decade of Doctor Who gone, and they just recorded over them, and then of course some of them were recovered, but like some of them are pretty bad, but all some of them pretty good. It was basically just about classics, pretty much, which I found out was a really quite interesting panel. The rooms are laid out like they're really, I don't know. Like, I guess they're as big as my living room maybe, and you got chairs here, and they have a booth with chairs, and it's pretty small actually. So that was that panel. It was actually really interesting. A lot of the episodes were really interesting to just hear about what the worst Doctor Who stories ever are. So there's also this other panel. I saw both the Sylvester McCoy and the other one that combined both actors. And one of the ones I went to was just for Sylvester McCoy, and they actually had the TARDIS on the stage that I helped construct. Well, I didn't really construct it. I helped put the top on basically, which is really cool. But yeah, and we basically got to hear about his time on like Doctor Who, actually, like how he got the part, and his costume design, how that happened, and basically just his other work that he's done, like Hobbit stuff, but also some of the cool things that he's been doing while he's been Doctor Who, like since 8, some of the other projects he's been working on, but also he also obviously got to answer questions. I got to ask a question on myself. I mean, I ended really getting a photo op with both doctors, which is really cool. But also, he did a really cool thing with these spoons, where he played this like he got these. I think it was supposed to be like Irish music or something like that. I don't even know what it was. I think it'd be Scottish Irish music, and they played it, and he also had these spoons. He just like clicked, and it was really quite. It was quite interesting to listen to that music, and yeah, honestly, it's really amazing. I think he's like his 70s or something like that. I don't exactly know how old he is, but yeah, I really enjoyed it. Honestly, it was a great experience to see that panel. So yeah, that was the Sylvester McCoy Q&A panel. Basically, just asking questions to him, and then it's just telling Doctor Who basically. And then there's also this other panel that I went to. It was actually really interesting. It was essentially this panel about David Tennant, who played the 10th Doctor, Doctor Who. He also known with other roles like Kilgrave in Jessica Jones, Scrooge in DuckTales or whatever, and then other voice roles, but also new upcoming roles, which is really cool. But also, basically, it was a panel about David Tennant's time at Doctor Who. All the different times that he, all the different roles he played. How his Doctor was different from the rest, and the upcoming roles he's going to do, and also his his voice work. I mean, obviously all the roles he's done, like Harry Potter. One of the roles he did where he was like the I think it was the American version of Broadchurch, which I've never actually seen before, and he did an American accent. It was quite weird just to see that him doing that. Apparently, I was told, and just overall his different roles and what would like to see him go next. It was a really interesting panel because he's one of my favorite actors, one of my favorite actors from Britain, even Scottish, but still, he was my second Doctor. He was I watched him after I watched Anglicon. It's actually really amazing. There's actually a couple of cosplays of the 10th Doctor. It's amazing. So that was that panel. It was quite interesting to just see him do that. And there was also this video where it was all the actors who did the voice of work for DuckTales and them doing like singing the theme song, which I found really interesting and cool, but also just overall very fun. There's another not panel really, but it was just like this presentation of the Dalek, that like how Daleks are made. Basically, it's not really a Dalek building thing, but it's like more like just showing you how the Daleks are made, especially the inside of the Dalek, and it was really quite cool just to see how the innards work of an actual Dalek. Like I think that actually the actual prop they use for Daleks too. But there was this Brit who actually sounds more Irish than British. I think he might have adopted the Irish accent, but he had a daughter who was inside the Dalek, and she explained how she able to control it and just move its head, and it's actually really cool to see the Dalek in person. Just seeing that like a life-size Dalek, it's really cool. So that it wasn't much really. It was just like basically just seeing how the Dalek works inside and how the plunger thing, how both the egg beater / gun works, like how it works, and then the plunger thingy, and it's actually really cool. And the Daleks do actually move and they talk. I don't know if the light goes on, but it's really cool, especially if you're a Doctor Who fan. So that was interesting. There was also this really fun panel that I went to that was basically about learning English with different accents and learning what new words are in English, like in different dialects. Basically learning new, basically British words that I've never actually heard before, or ones I have heard before and I know very much about them. Like calling someone an idiot, different ways of calling someone an idiot, and overall it was a really entertaining panel because it was this because a lot of the people there are British, and this is this older lady that was very much a British person. I don't really know who everyone was, but I definitely know that there was this lady who I had a short, I was just talking to her, and she's very much a British person, and all that was the really cool thing about the fact that it was like it's like game where we'd be able to learn different types of words that the British use, and it was very cool. I really thought that was amazing about the experience, just seeing that happen. It was really quite fun. Just learning new words and hearing them speak the kind of words that were used in Britain, which is really cool. And also there was also a clip of the Graham Norton show where it was Chris Pratt doing a very funny London accent, or like I don't know, it was a very it was a weird accent. I don't know what kind of British accent it was, but it was it was very cool accent because it was very different, and it was Chris Pratt doing it, so it was fun. But yeah, I really enjoyed that. So that was a thing. I like that. And at the same time with that, basically about halfway through that panel, which I had to miss most of it. It was this. I went to this panel for Brian Johnson, who did the special effects work in the. I think it was just special effects work. It might have been visual effects, but pretty sure it was just special effects for Star Wars Episode 5: The Empire Strikes Back, and it was basically just about that. He also did work on Aliens, which I've never actually seen those movies before, but also The Neverending Story. Again, never seen those before. I wasn't alive in the 80s, so I never really got around to watching them. But still, it was interesting because he's a British special effects person. I don't even know if he's an actor or whatever, but he's British and he's known for that kind of stuff. And they were able to get him on Skype and the audio was clear, the picture was clear, everything was clear. It was fantastic, and I was the only question that I could think of that I didn't really. I literally had to like think about a question like what could I ask Brian Johnson, who's someone I have no idea who is really. I had no idea who he was. I just knew he worked on that. I mean, I literally asking a question to someone you hardly even know about. Like I had to look him up. Like, oh, this is Brian Johnson. He worked on Star Wars. That's cool. I didn't know him, so all I could think of was one question, which is basically in the scene where Luke loses his hand from Darth Vader, he falls down this like ravine shaft thing. If you know what I'm talking about, there's the scene where he falls down there and then he finds this door and he goes through. That's where he gets rescued by Lando and Leia also. And so basically that whole that whole scene was actually a matte painting of the actor Mark Hamill falling down, and then I guess they just must have used some kind of effect where they made him like look like he was falling down, and it was basically just a painting. It was actually I did not know that. I was one of those where you meet a very well known person who's worked on a very well known movie, very classic '80s movie, Star Wars 5 obviously, and you don't really know much about him, and you can only think of one question. That's what happened for me is that I had found out this question, and I had to just think of it. I didn't even know what I could ask him. I just asked him, and it's really quite interesting to hear about that. So that was something I did. I was able to do that, and I missed most of it, so I had no idea what was going on. I was about half an hour late. Maybe I think I was yeah. Was it? I think I was about an hour late to the panel, so I missed most of it. But yeah, it was interesting. I got to hear what he had to say. It was really quite cool. And a really important panel that I went to with my mom actually. She happened to be in the room too, and we actually ended up being the same panel. Of course, we both planned on it. And that was the panel about traveling to the UK. Now this is a really important topic for me because I'm actually planning to do that exact thing next year. It means that my video schedule is going to be crazy. I'm gonna have to do what something like the Jack Suzuki or Markiplier does, where they have videos in advance, and it just means that hopefully I'll be able to bring my computer with me. I mean, my computer's a desktop, so it's like it isn't portable unless I get a Surface by then. But it's gonna be crazy. But like, I'm going to have to figure out if I can bring my computer, and if not, like how I can do my videos because um, I'm trying to get my videos like every day, and if I'm in the UK for who knows how long, then that's gonna be a bit challenge. I mean, it might be that I don't do certain series like the Madhouse, which is the podcast that I do every Saturday, and that's really important for me because I want to drive. I want to travel out. I want to get out more, and the fact that I'm thinking of going to a new country next year. I mean, it won't be for a while, but it probably won't be till like next summer. But like, I'm actually planning on going to the UK next summer. Around that, so I don't know when it's gonna happen. I'm gonna have to need more money to go there. But the only problem I have is that I actually, I have this YouTube thing, so I want to make sure that I get videos out, and it might mean that I have to go away from a series for a little bit. I'm gonna try my best to make sure everything goes out in an orderly fashion, but like I might not do it. I might not be able to do it. Like I might have to skip, a series like review it or whatever. It also means that things like reaction videos might have to go away for a little bit, at least until I get back, because that's the kind of thing where you go away for a while, and it's hard to make content like in advance. It's sort of hard to make a whole bunch of videos, edit them down, and then upload them. And I mean, it doesn't sound hard, but actually, what it is, it's time consuming, and I don't know how this idea of a trip would actually work out. I mean, I would love to do it, but the problem is that I don't know how I'd be able to do it. I'm very worried about like if I can be able to bring my computer, how would I be able to do it? I just don't know. Like, would I be able to, would I have to be away from YouTube for a while? I hope not. I really hope I don't have to do that because that would suck. But it was an interesting panel about where to go and you know the cheapest places to go and just there's a Doctor Who experience there and it's gone now because of the lease, but it's a very cool idea about going because I want to be able to travel more. I think the furthest place I've gone and anywhere was both California, Montana, Wyoming of course, and California, Florida when I was a kid, when I was a baby. But I don't remember that at all, but the furthest I've gone to out of any place is Wyoming for my Yellowstone trip, and that was a long time ago. It was back in 2011, and so this would be like a big stretch for me because I haven't gone anywhere outside of out of my home in Washington, so it's a big stretch for me. But it was very interesting panel to see how travel time with the UK is because there's a lot of places you can go. You can go to Wales, you can go to England, you can go to all these places. I have no idea where to go, so that's the problem. But it was very interesting. So just something to think about of places to go for that. And that's pretty much Anglicon. There's a whole lot to it. I did get to have a picture with both Sylvester McCoy and Peter Davison, although I have not seen their series yet. I am very familiar with some of the work, like Sylvester McCoy with Hobbit and a lot of other stuff they do. It's quite fun to be around them and just talk to them. Not in particular in Doctor Who, just like have a conversation with them. So we got to have it was more of a conversation with Peter Davison, but it was it was fun, and I even got to the really crazy thing about this whole thing was I had I think it was on day 2 Saturday I had a Doctor Who shirt. It was all 12 or no not all 13 doctors, I want to say. Yeah, all 13 doctors on the shirt, including the War Doctor. And I had that shirt on, and I was at the booth with Sylvester McCoy, and so he noticed that the Seventh Doctor figure on my shirt didn't have eyes. Like none of them have eyes; they just have eyebrows. And so he took a marker, a Sharpie, and just dotted them. And I thought that was really great. That was amazing. The fact that the actor who played the Seventh Doctor actually went up to me and dotted himself. Basically, he gave himself eyes. If you think about it, like fourth wall break here. He gave himself his eyes that he didn't have before. I thought that was great. So yeah, that was fantastic. I really thought that was great, and I got to just see both actors is a dream come true because like they got this convention very small and only located in a part of Seattle. I don't even know where it is exactly. Kind of confusing, but they managed to get both Peter Davison and Sylvester McCoy, who played the Doctors, at one convention. That's crazy. I think that's an unbelievable experience. There's also this thing I did. Like I'm not really supposed to allowed to do. I don't even know why you're not allowed to do recordings. But I recorded the audio for one of the panels. I'm not gonna really put it up. I'm not planning on putting it up anywhere. I don't think I can. I don't know how I can do that. But I recorded the whole panel for both Peter Davison and Sylvester McCoy. I got to record that whole thing. It's a bit muffled, so I had to edit some of it out. But I'm not sure if I can put it up. I don't know why I couldn't put it up. Like, is there a rule or whatever? Or like, I don't get it. Like, what is the deal with that? Like, why can't you do that? I don't know. But yeah, I'll be able to record the audio of that and I ask my questions. So I might be able to put it up, but I don't know. It will depend. So that's basically what Anglicon was. There was quite a bit of cosplay. There was a lot of Doctor Who cosplay. There was Daleks. There was a TARDIS console. I am not kidding. It actually, I don't know if it worked or not, but I think it was more or less a replica of the Fifth Doctor's TARDIS console. Like I think the one from the 80s console room, not the console room, but the console. So they had a backdrop. I have pictures on Instagram if you want to see what they are. But I have they had a backdrop of the classic walls and they had a console itself. They're missing a couple of panels of controls, but it's a very cool console, and it looks exactly like it did in the 80s. Like it looks like it came from the 80s set. Or it looks like it came from the Doctor Who experience. Like an actual TARDIS console with maybe not working stuff, but with actual buttons and triggers and all that stuff. It's amazing, and I actually did post on Instagram. In fact, that's where I'd recommend you check my stuff out because I do post there. Not a whole lot, but you know when I find something cool or I go someplace cool like a convention and I see really cool things, I do post there. So if you want to see some cool things, check my Instagram out, and you'll see a lot of pictures that I posted. A lot of them, even a better quality version of the picture I got with both Sylvester McCoy and Peter Davison. Of course, that one cost $400, which is way better than other things, but still. That's my experience. That's really all I can say about that. That's why I didn't have an episode of the Madhouse or my Coaster series out at all. I didn't. I was, I could have recorded an episode of my Coaster series, made in the ride and everything, but one, I was exhausted, and two, it was late, and I just didn't have time, and I didn't. I mean, because I was all thinking, I'm tired. I had to record the episode, and then I had to render it out. Have to edit it, save it, and then render it. It just takes a long time. So I figured I might as well do next week because I'm just tired. So that's pretty much my weekend. It's basically just a lot of con and no video making. I think I got 2 videos, maybe 3. I think in total I got 3 out in that entire weekend. I tried. I mean, obviously Friday I was able to look at the regular videos, but like Saturday, Sunday, it's hard. It's really hard to do that. So anyway, that's how it went. And just as an update for you, I am thinking of very much of getting a new camera because all the videos you see of my face cam or anything like that, if it's a gaming video or if it's a review or anything at all, that is based off of my phone. I have an Android, and that's what I record my videos off. That's this is what you're seeing being recorded with. Hello, this is the Android, and I want to get a new camera. I'm looking at a camera right now. It's $8 right now. It's not a bad deal. It's actually really people on the website Amazon are saying it's a really good deal. So I'm thinking of getting a new camera. I got a tripod. It isn't big, but it's a phone tripod, and that's what thinking of doing. I'm gonna start making stop motion videos with that because I have a stop motion video from like 2015, and I haven't. I'm like, I'll make another one. It hasn't happened yet. It's been 2 years. That's because I just haven't gotten around to it. I've been very busy. I have a life, so I do want to pursue that. I do want to pursue getting that taken care of. I have a couple of planned ones. I finally have a way to do a stop motion video. There's actually a little, not really a panel, but like an event that happened at the con that was about stop motion video, and I got to play around with that exact thing. I get to animate, and actually it really is making me want to do that more, like as a thing, like what I do for YouTube, which is quite a lot. So I'm definitely gonna get a new camera. I can make 2 videos. I think I made a video. It was my Spirit Away review, and the quality sucked. I mean, I don't know if you guys noticed, but my quality was. I mean, I think maybe it was the fact that I was recording in the daytime or something, but like my lighting is horrible. And I think if I get a new camera, it'll be a lot better quality. So I think that's gonna happen. That's gonna be a big thing that happens is getting a new camera. That's all I can say about that. I am sorry for what happened. I'm sorry that I did not get the regular videos out on the weekends. I just got so busy with Anglicon, I didn't even know it was gonna happen. I was hoping it would happen, but money was a thing. I wasn't even sure it was gonna happen, and it just came out of nowhere. Like, oh, we're going to Anglicon. Okay, cool. And then it was like, oh crap, I probably should have recorded my videos in hand. Oh well, didn't know. But new episodes of the shows, the episodes of the shows that I did not get to put out will be next week. I apologize, but I had no time at all. I was exhausted, and I don't think you realize how tired a con can make you. It's exhausting. Even a small one like this, it's exhausting. So anyway, that's all I can say. It was fun. It was a blast. Not. I can say it was. It's a lot better for me because I have autism, and my autism affects me at conventions, especially big ones at PAX or mostly Comic-Con, and so it's big. And I'm going next to next ECCC, so it'll be big, but I'm gonna get through it. So yeah, I hope you are okay with this all. Change is coming. January. I think it'll be very different. I'll have a different thing. I'll have a different content. I'd say. I'll have new things going on, and as a person, I'll be very changed. I don't know. I'm planning some. I'm planning to do things. trying to do new things with me. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit the like button. I really do appreciate the support. And if you're new to this channel, subscribe for more videos like this and other great content. And I'll be back next time with another video. Alright? See ya.